Discuss about 28 types of materiality. And now we come to page 233. So at the bottom we have the topic 18 Nibbana Rupas. So we can read together. The 18 Rupas comprising 4 great essentials. 5 Asada Rupa, 7 Gojara Rupas to be counted as 4, excluding tangibility. And then 2 Bhava Rupa, Adyavatu, Jivita Rupa, Ahara Rupa, and as they are caused and conditioned by Kama, Chitta, Utu, and Ahara, so they are called Nibbana Rupas. So we have to look chapter on the chapter number 8. Chapter number 8 describes the materialities. So it's better we can look at it on the chart. So Jessica can move a little bit. So now we have the 4 Mahabhuta, that is essential elements. So what are they? Patavi, Abo, Tejo, and Vayu. And then we have 5 sensitive, transparent materialities. We call Pasada Rupa. What are they? Chakku Pasada, Sota Pasada, Gana Pasada, Jiva Pasada, Kaya Pasada. And then we have Gojara, the Rupas. So they are the 5 sense objects. So what are they? Rupa Ramana, the visible object. Sattva Ramana, the sound. Gandha Ramana, the smell. Rasa Ramana is the taste, and Potapa Ramana is the tangible object. So we don't mention the essential elements here. So the essential elements are, what are they? Vana. So this one is called Vana, visible object. And then you can just look this password. Saddha, Ra'akanda, Rasa. And for Potapa, we take the essential element to be Patavi, Tejo, Vayu. So there are 7 elements. So we call that 7 Gojara Rupa. But in counting the number of the materialities, as Patavi, Tejo, Vayu are already mentioned here, so we omit this Potapa Rabana, which represent these 3. So we count this as 4. So 4, 5, 4, we get 13. And then we have the Bhava Rupa is sex materiality. So this is actually, we should say, female sex materiality, 80 Bhava. And male sex materiality is Purisa Bhava. And then we have the heart base, Adyavatu. And then we have the Jivita Rupa. Jivita Rupa is materiality life. Materiality life. So all Kapaja Rupa, they contain this Jivita Rupa, materiality life. And then we have Ahara Rupa, that we call Oja. So it is the nutriment essence, or we just call it nutriment. So up to here. So 4, 5, 4, 13, plus 2, 15, and 16, 17, 18. This should be only 18. 9, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. So up to here. We call that Nibbana Rupa, the real materialities. Because they are produced by all the 4 causes. That is, they are produced by Kama, Chitta, consciousness, And then Utu is the heat, and then Ahara, the nutriment. Yes, Jessica?
我哋琴日係咪講咗咁多啊？We didn't stop here. We stopped in the page. We finished page 229, right? I think we finished 229 yesterday. And then we about to explain. We didn't explain this yesterday yet.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, I mix up. You stop me early. You stop me early. So yesterday, we are on page 229. So you're familiar with the 5 Pasada Rupa. So then we go to 7 Gochara Rupa. So they actually represent the 5 sense objects. So again, these 5 sense objects are familiar to you because we have already seen them in chapter 3. In chapter 3, we have already done this 5 Pasada Rupa and the 5 sense objects. So just read what are the 5 sense objects. Please read. Be familiar with the Pali word also. Rupa is the visible form, and the essential element is Varna. And then Saddha Ramana is the sound, and we say it is the Saddha. Gandha Ramana is the smell, it is the Gandha. The essential elements are mentioned in brackets. Rasa Ramana, the taste is Rasa. These are all materiality. And then we say Puttaba Ramana is tangible object. And the essential elements are Patavi, Tejo, and Vayu. So we give you the notes. The name and brackets are essential elements of each sense object. And then number 2, owing to its subtlety, Apo cannot be felt by the senses of touch. So it is excluded, intangible object. So intangible object, we take only 3, Patavi, Tejo, Vayu, because they can be touched or felt, but not Apo. So we give the example here. For instance, when we put our hand in water, the gold that we felt is Tejo, and the softness of water is Patavi, because Patavi has a characteristic of softness and hardness. And then the pressure exerted by the water is Vayu. Thus only these 3 fundamental elements are regarded as tangible object. Okay.
咁咧，琴日咧我哋就講嗰個釋法啦。琴日咧我哋就講咗5正式啦。咁5正式我哋之前都重複咗好多次啦。咁跟住咧，另外一種咧就係叫境識啦，即係我哋嘅對我哋嘅五根門咧所對嘅五個境啦。咁就叫有7種境識㗎啦。咁佢嘅境識咧，第一個咧就係呢個第3章我哋都學過嘅。第一個咧就係色所緣啦，即係我哋嘅眼色所相睇到嘅咧就係色所緣啦。咁我哋耳仔聽到嘅係聲所緣啦。咁我哋嘅條脷可以接收到嘅咧就係香所緣啦，同埋所以我哋鼻所聞到嘅咧係香所緣啦。我哋個脷可以接收到嘅咧就係味所緣啦。咁我哋身體可以收到嘅咧就係觸所緣嘅。咁咧就一共五門咧就對呢個5個境啦。咁咧但係咧，如果呢度細分咧，就係話我哋嘅身體可以感受到啲咩嘢咧？我哋身體所有嘅感受咧，如果詳細講咧，其實咧就係3樣嘢啫，就係地大嘅特性啦，火大嘅特性啦，同埋風大嘅特性。咁水咧其實水嘅特性我哋可唔可以感覺到咧？ 如果你將隻手咧去接觸隻水咧，啲水咧，我哋感受到，如果覺得啲水嘅軟同埋硬咧，其實係地大嘅特性。溫度咧就係火大特性。咁嗰啲流動啊、動感或者壓力啊、張力啊呢啲係風大嘅特性。所以喺接觸上面咧，我哋嘅身體可以感受嘅咧，只係呢3種感覺。所以咧，我哋睇頭先教授講呢張表嘅時候咧，咁呢個景色咧，即係環境嘅景啦，色入邊咧，雖然咧係有，即係頭先我哋講咗啦，呢個色、聲、香、味、觸咯，夾埋5個，但係個觸咧，我哋咧就唔計啦，就係一係就4大之中嘅3大啦。咁夾埋就7個啦，或者咧，我哋就因為其他嗰個4大已經前面包括咗啦，咁我哋講嗰個景色咧，其實就係4個嘅。
Then we go to the next topic, 2 bhava rupas. Now, bhava rupa means material qualities of sex, or we can say they are sex materiality. So number 1 is 80 bhava. So 80 means female. Bhava is sex materiality. So it is female sex materiality. It is the material quality that imparts femininity. So the femininity in the female beings, both in human beings and animals. The males and the females are different in form and shape. So this, the female sex materiality, they imparts the feminine qualities, just as the shape and the body of the female person, and also the behavior and the voice of the female person. So it spreads all over the body of the female. So that means this sex materiality exists in every part of the female being, in the eye, in the ear, in the nose, etc. And number 2 is Purisa Bhava. Purisa means male, male sex materiality. It is materiality quality that imparts masculinity. Masculinity also it imparts the female, the male body, the male shape, the male behavior, the male attitude, etc. And also this materiality spreads all over the body of the male. So we give you the note, these two materialities differentiate the male from the female. So men and women are different, and then like the bull and the cows are different, the cock and the hens are very different. So it is due to these two materialities.
咁咧另外一種色咧就係存在嘅色法咧，就係叫性根色啦。咁咧佢就代表人嘅性別嘅。咁咧呢個有2種啦，一種咧就叫女根色。咁呢種物質嘅嘢咧，就呈現喺呢個雌性嘅生物當中啦。咁咧佢可以令到人哋知道佢係一個雌性嘅眾生啦。咁另外咧就係男根色啦。咁佢呢種物質咧就會呈現喺佢個身體上面啦。咁令到人哋知道咧佢係一個雄性嘅眾生。
And the next materiality is Hadiyawatu, the heart base. Again, you are familiar with its materiality. So the heart base exists in the blood of the heart. And it is the seat of 79 teachers. Okay.
咁另外一種色咧，就係叫做心色，或者即係我哋以前學過咧嗰個心依處啦。咁佢咧就係我哋嘅意識啦，或者意識我哋嘅心意識咧所依賴嘅呢個色法啦。咁佢係存在我哋嘅心臟血管嗰部分嘅血嘅部分嘅。
The next one is Jivita Rupa. Jivita means light. So it is light materiality. We also call it material quality of light. It is Jivitendriya. We also call it Jivitendriya Rupa. So Jivita Rupa or Jivitendriya Rupa. the wider force of Kamaja Rupa, which spreads throughout the body. It should be noted that there is vitality both in mind and matter. The vitality of the mind is Jivitendriya Cetasika, the mental factor that we call Jivitendriya, which is one of the 7, the essential mental factors that associate with every mind. So, because of this Jivitendriya, so the components of the mind, there is the Citta and Cetasikas, they can exist throughout their lifespan. So Jivitendriya is also responsible for our life. And the same thing, the materiality, they also have like materiality, and this also in our life, is also our life. So in the Kamaja Rupa, so we say Kama produce the materiality at every sub-moment. So when they produce the materiality, they always produce in the form of material group. Not only a single materiality, a group of materiality. So consisting of this Jivita Rupa, light materiality. So this light materiality sustains its concomitant. That is the materialities that arise together with it. It sustains them to last throughout their lifespan. So if the Jivita, the Rupa is absent, so those karma-born materiality, they cannot exist throughout their lifespan. They will die as soon as they are produced. So they cannot function. They cannot do their function.
咁咧，另外一種色法啦、物質嘅嘢咧，就叫命根色嘅。咁呢個命根色咧，佢係支持咧所有嘅業生色嘅存在啦。咁佢咧係遍佈我哋全身嘅。咁我哋佢咧係佢係好重要啦，因為我哋學到50個心所嘅時候咧，我哋都記得有個 Jivita 嘅 Chitta 嗰個心所嘅。Chitta 嘅，咁咧我哋嘅命根係遍一切心所，7個遍一切心所嘅其中之一。每一個心識咧，呢個命根咧都會生起嘅，因為咧佢維持嗰個意識嘅壽命啦。同樣嘅咧，呢個命根識咧亦都維持我哋身體上面所有業生識嘅支持佢嘅運作嘅。如果佢唔存在咧，嗰啲業生識咧亦都唔會存在嘅。
The next materiality is Ahara Rupa, and it is also known as Oja. We call it nutriment, material quality of nutrition or nutriment. So the gross food which we eat by making into morsels is called Kapalikara Hara. Here Hara Rupa means the nutritic essence Oja, which sustains the body. So, in other words, our body cells, they arise and dissolve. So many of them are dissolving every second. So to supplement these material cells, so we need this nutriment in our food. So this nutriment is used to supplement, to produce new material cells to replace the dead cells. Okay.
咁另外一種物質嘅嘢咧，就係我哋叫咧食色啦，或者食素嘅。咁食咧就係食物嘅食啦。咁佢係乜嘢咧？我哋攝取食物嘅時候咧，其實就係一般性嘅食物嘅。但係咧維持我哋嘅生命嗰啲嘢咧，就係食物中嘅營養啦，我哋叫做營養啦，或者叫食素嘅。咁呢啲營養咧係維持我哋嘅細胞嘅更新啦，咁令到我哋繼續運作嘅呢個物質嚟嘅。
Now please let us see the chart. So now I just mentioned to you these 4 essential sensual elements or sensual materialities, and 5 the pasada, sensitive, transparent materialities, and then the 4 Gojara Rupa, that is the sense objects. So we just take this 4 because this Putta Paramana represent Patuviti Jovayo, as we are already mentioned here. We don't count them anymore. And then we have 2 sex materialities, and then the heart base, and then we have light materialities, and then Oja nutriment. So this 18, we call them Nibbana Rupa, that is real materialities, because they are produced by 4 causes. They are produced both by karma, by citta consciousness, and then by heat, tejo, and also by from nutriment, ahara. Yes.
咁咧呢個表咧就係講咧去分開所有28種嘅色法啦。咁咧先講咧前面咧18種啦。咁呢18種咧就係叫完成色嘅。咁呢18種完成色咧點解佢有咩特點咧？佢咧就係佢哋嘅產生咧係根據4種元素令到佢產生啦。咁呢4種元素咧就係我哋嘅業啦、心啦，即係業生色啦、身生色，同埋嗰個時節生色啦，即係火生色啦，同埋食生色嘅。咁佢哋嘅存在咧係基於呢4樣嘢啦。咁佢哋係呢18種係乜嘢咧？就係4種4大啦，我哋知道啦。5正色啦，咁加埋9個啦，咁加埋嗰個4個境色啦，4個境色啦，13個啦，咁再加埋嗰個性根咧就係13個啦，15個啊。總之咧呢個係呢個係心依處啦，或者我哋叫係咯心依處啦，同埋一個命根啦，咁再加埋呢個食素啦，或者係食色啦。咁加埋嚟到呢度咁多咧，就係我哋所講嘅18個完成色。
Now the remaining 10 materialities, the remaining 10, they are not separate real materialities. They are real materialities in the sense they are the qualities of this real material, these real separate materialities. For example, we say the Pariccheda Rupa, we also call it Akasa Dhatu. So we give you on the next topic on page 231. So we say when these, the 18, the material, the real materiality, when they are produced by the 4 causes, they are always produced in the form of material group. Not just like the mind arises in the form of mental group. Consciousness cannot arise alone. And mental factors, they cannot arise alone. They always arise in group. In group. Like when we say the I consciousness, it arises together with the 7 essential mental factors. So they arise as a mental group. The same thing, materiality. So they have to support each other for their arising. So they cannot arise singly. So they always arise in the group again. So this material group, they are very, very small. Very, very small material group. So they are smaller than electron. They are of the size comparable to electron and proton. So that means in science we say all body and all the matter, they are made up of atoms, and atoms are made up of electrons, protons and neutrons. So these are regarded as subatomic particles and the smallest particles known in science. So when the Buddha said this material group, they are comparable in size with these electrons and protons. So it cannot be visible even under the very powerful microscope. No, you cannot see electron, proton under microscope. The same thing. This, when the Buddhas and material group, they cannot observe under microscope. So when you get a small group, then you have the limiting space around that the material group. And then also when we have many material groups are produced at the same time, so we also have the space between separate the material group. So the limiting space and also the space between those material groups are called this Parichida Rupa, and we call it Akasa Dhatu. Akasa means space. Dhatu is element. Space element, we call it. So, now, for example, I show you my 5 fingers. How do you know there are 5 fingers? How do you know there are 5 fingers? Also, there are limiting space around each finger, and also the space between the fingers. So we know there are 5 fingers. Also, when you place the eggs in a basket, so you say this is 1 egg, this is 2 eggs. Why do you know 1 egg? So there is a limiting space for 1 egg. And then also, when you put the eggs together, there are also spaces between the eggs. So the same thing here, when the material groups are formed, there are limiting space as well as the space between the material groups. So they are called the Akasa Dhatu or Parichida Rupa, limiting space actually. So we say material body or limitation, or limiting space, or just the Akasa Dhatu space element.
咁咧頭先講咧就係18種咧叫完成式啦。咁另外咧有10種咧不完成式嘅。咁佢哋係點解跟住講嗰啲咧係不完成式啦？因為佢哋咧係建基於嗰18種完成式，只係佢哋只係代表咗一啲唔同嘅性質所以佢自己唔係一個獨立存在嘅嘢啦。咁第一個咧就係叫限制式啦，或者界限式嘅。咁呢個係乜嘢咧？就係講咧，或者另外一個名咧就叫空界啦。空就係空間嘅空啦，界就係突出我哋琴日都講過啦，就係元素啦，或者即係最基本嘅一個單元啦，佢有佢特別嘅性質啦。咁呢個空界啦，或者呢個限制式啦，佢要嚟形容乜嘢咧？就係話我哋頭先講嗰18種完成式咧，釋法物質嘅嘢咧，佢唔會獨立單一存在嘅，就算4大嗰4樣嘢地水火風咧，佢都唔會淨係得地啦。咁所有嘅釋法咧，佢哋係幾個或者一紮咁樣係生起啦，就好似我哋嘅心一樣啦。當我哋嘅心生起嘅時候咧，有心數一齊生起嚟互相支持啦。咁同樣嘅釋法咧，咁佢咧係一紮啦，即係一齊產生啦。咁佢入面有唔同嘅組合嘅。咁呢一紮嘅物質嘅嘢咧，咁遲啲都會講佢哋叫啲咩名啦。譬如一紮嗰個物質嘅嘢啦，咁佢個大細係幾多咧？大細咧就好似我哋所即係知道電子好細啦，或者質子好細啦。咁我哋講一個單元嘅釋法咧，或者個釋序咧，即係一紮嘢咧，就係好似一個電子咁大個，即係好細啦。咁咧，但係呢一紮嘅物質同埋另外一紮物質之間咧，佢哋有空間嘅。咁咧唔係一紮同一紮有咩唔同啊？係咪先？咁佢中間嘅空間咧，就係叫做呢個限制式。即係有兩個實質嘅嘢佔據咗一啲空間，咁咧佢哋中間之間嗰啲空間咧就叫空界啦，或者係叫限制式嘅。
So, on the last paragraph of that page 231, if you just read it, so it's Parichida Rupa, and in the next paragraph, Parichida Rupa is also called Akasa Dhatu. Akasa is space and dhatu means element. So the space, when we say Akasa is space, space is in itself is nothingness. Akasa is a dhatu, an element in the sense of a non-entity named jiva, not as an existing element like the four great essential elements. So remember, we also know the space. They exist in the universe. It is also this space, and it is essential for us. Only when there is space, we can go around. We can move around, and we can be born into this space. And other material can arise because there is space. So it is just the space, Akasa Dhatu, and it is not also called the Parichita Rupa, limiting materiality.
咁咧，最後呢一段咧喺231頁咧，佢係講咧呢個空界咧，其實就係空間嘅，佢自己本身咧冇嘢嘅，但係咧佢係要代表一啲存在嘅嘢咧，就係空間嘅。咁佢係咧佢唔係一個完成式啦，咁佢就係28種色法之一。
We come to page 232. So the topic there is about two Vinyati Rupas. So Vinyati Rupas are material qualities of communication. Vinyati Rupas are special behaviors of the body and the mouth, which one uses to communicate one's ideas to other people, and by means of which one understands other people's intentions. For example, Kaya Vinyati is not special movement of the body, we say. So Kaya Vinyati. So it is not a separate real materiality. They are just a special movement of this real materiality, that is special movement of the body. For example, if a person is far away, now if I made the special movement of the body like this, what he know? Yes. When I say yes, he will know also. When I say here, he will know there's nothing, you say. So when you say, oh, there are three, if I say. So when a man he proposes to a lady for marriage, so if she nods her head, so it will be okay. If she shakes her head, so we say, oh, be sorry, you find another one. So this special movement of the body, they let our intentions be known to others. And also this special movement of the body is the means and the place for performing bodily actions. So they are also called the Kaya Dwara. Remember, when we talk about the Dhamma, the special movement of the body, we say it is Kaya Dwara, because it is the place and the means to perform bodily action. So, because of this significance, the Buddha described it as a type of materiality as well.
咁咧，另外一種咧不完成式咧，就叫做表式。咁表式咧，呢個容易明啦，即係表達咁解啦。咁點樣？其實佢就係話，所有係物質嘅嘢咧，佢有表達能力嘅時候咧，就叫表式啦。咁我哋有啲咩嘢去表達能力咧？第一就係我哋嘅身體啦。咁我哋嘅身體，譬如我哋手啊、頭啊、腳啊、眼啊等等喐動咧，係表達我哋想表達嘅嘢啦。咁教授舉例啦，即係譬如嗰個求婚啦。咁如果個女仔同意啦，佢會點頭嘅；如果佢唔同意，佢岌頭嘅。咁呢即係表達佢嗰個意思啦。咁同埋咧呢個咧，佢本身咧唔係一種獨特存在嘅嘢啦，佢係唔係一個獨特存在嘅色法啦？佢係已經我哋講咗嘅咁多種色法咧，佢係其中一種表達方式啦，或者佢嘅一種性質啦。咁因為咧我哋講業報嘅時候咧，我哋都知道咧業報咧係有3個地方產生啦。咁一係我哋嘅意門 啦，一係我哋嘅口啦，一係我哋嘅身啦。咁呢個係身門嘅，咁所以咧呢個身表咧，亦都係我哋作業嘅地方嘅，亦都係我哋做業嘅方法之一。
Now the second materiality is Vijivinyati. So we just not say the special movement of the mouth to produce speech, to let others understand one's intention. And again, this Vijivinyati is the means and the place for performing verbal actions. For performing verbal actions. Just like I'm preaching, I'm giving the Dhamma talk, not by the special movement of the mouth. So I'm also doing the verbal action. So it is also known as Vajidwara. Vajidwara is also it is the place where verbal actions arises. And then below we say Kaya Vinyati and Vijivinyati are caused by Vayodhatu, produced by the mind. And they last only for one conscious moment. So these two types of materialities are produced by the mind. So we say in meditation, you can observe them, and you have to observe them to define or to know all types of materiality. So so when we are moving the hand, we are just seeing the hand is moving here. So when you see only ultimate materialities, there's no hand. There's no hand. The hand does not exist. So only those ultimate materiality produced by the mind, they arise here, and then they dissolve, arise here, dissolve, arise here, dissolve, arise, dissolve, arise, dissolve. So it moves the hand. It moves the hand. And their lifespan is not this materiality. As they are produced by the mind, they last only, their lifespan is only one consciousness movement. So the same as the lifespan of one consciousness. So like Patwi, Abo, Tejo, Vayo, this normal materiality, they have lifespan 17 conscious movement. Remember, we have already discussed that.
咁咧，另外一種表式咧就叫語表啦。咁呢個咧就係話我哋喐到我哋嘅口啦，去講嘢嘅時候咧，咁我哋呢啲物質嘅嘢咧就係叫語表式啦，或者係啦叫語表式啦。咁呢度要留意嘅咧就係我哋嘅身表式同埋語表式咧，咩嘢令到佢哋產生咧呢啲色法咧，呢啲物質嘅嘢咧，其實係我哋嘅心啦。你大家記得有一種嘢叫身生色啦。咁我哋嘅心咧係令到我哋講嘢啦。咁我哋嘅身咧令到我哋手喐啦。咁一般嘅色法咧，我哋以前都講過咧，佢嘅壽命咧就17倍。即係如果個心嘅壽命係1嘅話咧，嗰個身物質嘅嘢咧就17倍嗰個心嘅壽命啦。咁但係唯獨呢個表式咧，佢嘅壽命咧就係同嗰個心嘅壽命係一樣嘅。一個心識嘅壽命咧就係呢個語表式嘅壽命。
So we go to the next topic. We say 5 vikara rupas, material qualities of mutability. Mutability means changeability. It can be changed. It can be changed. So mutability. Now, Lady Sayadaw is a very learned Nyamama. So he explained Vikara Rupa as peculiar, distinctive condition of real materiality. And Reverend Narada is a very learned man from Sri Lanka. So he took Vikara Rupa as changeability of Rupa. This changeability and mutability, they are similar in meaning. So we say, we may regard Vikara Rupa as special condition of real materiality, or it's better, I think, we regard them as special properties of real materialities. Now, we describe 3 here. So, Rupasa Lahuta is physical lightness of buoyancy of real materiality. Physical lightness and buoyancy. So that means this materially when it arises, it makes our body to be very light as if we are floating in the air. Not just like in meditation, these materiality they arises. And then Rupasa Mudukta, physical elasticity. So it removes the stiffness of the body, and it is comparable to a well-beaten hide. So a well-beaten hide is very soft and mild, and you can fold it, or etc. etc. And because of this physical elasticity, we can move our hands or our body, very light, very blind, very easily. And then Rupasa Kamanyata is physical adaptability. So it is opposed to the stiffness of the body and is comparable to a well-hammered gold. So that means a well-hammered gold is ready to be made into any ornament you like. So the same thing, the Rupasa Kamanyata makes our material body to be adaptable to any conditions. So, and now, these 3 types of materiality you can compare with those mental factors. So also in the mental factors we have the same thing. Instead of Rupasa we say Kaya Lahuta, Citta Lahuta. Kaya Mudukta, Citta Mudukta. Kaya Kamanyata, Citta Kamanyata. So these are the 6 the mental factors that is included among the 19 beautiful mental factors that associate with all beautiful mind. With all beautiful mind they associate. So at that time we say Kaya means group. So it refers to group of the mental factors. Kaya Lahuta, we say it is lightness of mental factors. And Citta Lahuta is lightness of the consciousness or the mind. And then Kaya Mudukta is elasticity of the mental factors. And then Citta Mudukta is elasticity of consciousness. The same thing. Then we say the Kaya Kamanyata, adaptability of mental factors, and the Citta Kamanyata is adaptability of consciousness. So the same thing. So here Rupasa is materiality. Material Lahuta, also lightness of materiality. Rupasa Mudukta, the elasticity of materiality. And Rupasa Kamanyata, adaptability of the materiality. And at the bottom we say these 3 the materialities together with the 2 Vinyati Rupas above, Kaya Vinyati, Vaji Vinyati. So, so they make up 5 Vikara Rupa. So they used to say only the Buddha understands these 5 Vikara Rupas very well.
This is not the same as the Chaittasika. This is not this is Rupa, right? This is not the same, totally not the same thing.
No, not the same name. Only Lahuta, Mudukta, Kamanyata are the same. So there you have the prefix. Kaya, not Lahuta means it's lightness of mental factors. And Citta Lahuta, lightness of the consciousness. Now it's Rupasa Lahuta, lightness of materiality.
咁跟住咧，我哋講咧就有5種咧變化式啦。咁呢個係其實佢唔係一種真正存在嘅物質，只係物質嘅一種特性嚟嘅。咁佢咧係物質嘅咩特性咧？就係佢個變化嘅特性。咁嗰啲物質可以變化成點 點樣呢？咁佢咧就有以下幾種啦。咁第一咧就係嗰個色法啦，即係物質嘅色輕快性啦。咁咧佢咧就佢個表徵咧就係話嗰個物質咧佢係輕快啦，同埋即係個容易浮動啦、輕啦。咁佢咧就可以去壓抑身體嘅沉重啦。咁第二種咧就係色柔軟性啦。咁咧佢就講啦，我哋嘅身體咧，如果係有堅硬等等咧，咁如果咧呢個色柔軟性咧就係同佢相反，可以移除呢樣嘢啦。咁呢個比喻咧就係話咧，佢好似一個嗰啲皮咧，我哋即係牛皮或者咩皮咧，如果以前啲人整到佢好軟嘅時候咧，就搏命咁樣打佢，打到佢好軟啦，嗰個皮係好軟嘅時候咧，即係可以想像嗰個物質嘅嘢咧係好柔軟嘅。咁第三咧就係嗰個色熱性，或者係佢係好容易點樣講係無索啦，即係想佢點樣都得啦，即係嗰個物質咧，我哋即係佢嘅好容易無索，想佢點樣都得。咁呢種適應性咧，就係嗰個色法嘅另外一個性質嚟嘅。咁呢三種呢啲咧係物質嘅性質。咁咧就我哋學心法嘅時候咧，或者我哋學嗰個唔同嘅心所嘅時候咧，我哋都記得啦，我哋亦都有講一切嘅美心所嘅時候咧，撇一切美心所嗰陣時咧，我哋都有講咧嗰個心嘅輕安啦，或者心嘅柔軟性啦，或者心嘅適應性啦，或者心嘅輕快性啦，心嘅柔軟性啦。咁咧其實都係我哋嘅心咧，亦都有呢啲性質嘅。我哋嘅心同埋心所都有呢啲性質嘅。咁呢三個咧就係講緊我哋嘅嗰個物質嘅身體嘅物質上面嘅呢啲變化性。
So we go to the last 4 types of materiality on page 233. So we call them 4 lakkhana rupas. So lakkhana means characteristics. So we can say they are material qualities of characteristics. Now there are 3 common characteristics of materiality and mentality. Which, namely, arising, upada, existing, titi, and dissolving, banga. So the rupas that denote these 3 instances in real rupas are called lakkhana rupas. Lakkhana literally means sign or symbol. Now, just to make you to understand easily, we know that the consciousness, they have 3 features: arising, existing, dissolving. Arising, existing, dissolving. The same thing, materiality also have these 3 features: arising, existing, and dissolving. Now, the materiality at the stage of arising, is called the upajaya rupa and sandati rupa, number 1 and 2. 1 and 2. They refers to the materiality at the arising state, at the arising moment. And then jarata rupa refers to the materiality that exists at the existing moment. And then anicca rupa refers to the materiality at the dissolving state. So they are not again separate real materialities. They are referring to real materialities. But to these 3 instances, through 3 instances. So you have to know that first. So if you know that, that is easy. So now we go to number 1. So we say upajaya rupa is not the arising of materiality. Or you may say the materiality at the arising state, at the moment of conception, and the continued arising of materiality till the required rupas in life are completely formed. So that means when we are conceived in the mother's womb, at the moment of rebirth, at the moment of rebirth. What is the moment of rebirth? That is the arising moment of the rebirth consciousness. No, we say Kamaja Rupa is also formed. It's also formed. No, so that Kamaja Rupa, at the arising moment of that Kamaja Rupa, no, we shall call this Upajaya Rupa. So from that moment, no, so new materiality are always arising every sub-moment. All the real materiality arising at every sub-moment. So at the arising moment of all this materiality, we call Upajaya Rupa. Until all the required materialities in life are formed. So that means from the starting from the time of conceiving. So then the baby is born, and then it is the body is still the growing, and even after it is born, the baby is also growing. Now, when you come to the age of say about 16 years, so then you don't grow anymore. No? So you are growing older and older, but your body just remains the same. So up to this state, when we are seeing the increase of materiality. So at that time, we say the arising, the materiality at the arising moment is called Upajaya Rupa. And after that, so new materiality are also they will keep arising the whole life. So after that, we say the materiality at the arising moment are called the Santati Rupa. Santati Rupa. So Santati means you cannot see the increasing of the materiality anymore. It becomes steady. It becomes steady. So we give an example. Now you can dig a hole near the water in the seashore. On the seashore, in the sandbank, the sandbank, you just dig a hole, a deep hole. So if you dig a deep hole there, the water will seep into the hole. You can see the water arising in the hole. So that arising of water in this hole is similar to Upajaya Rupa, we say. Upajaya Rupa. So there's the initial moment of the materiality. Now when the hole is full of water, then we don't see the water arising anymore. But though we don't see the water arising anymore, the water is still seeping in. But we don't see. And when you come to that steady state, so the arising of materiality is called Santati Rupa. And then the number 3, Jarata means decay or aging. Jarata means decay or aging. So this is materiality that denotes at the existing stage of that materiality. So when it comes to the existing state, we say it is decaying. It is the aging now. Now when it dissolves, we go anicca. Anicca means dissolution or death. Anicca. So that means at the dissolving state, that materiality is called the anicca rupa.
咁咧，跟住咧，我哋講咧就係物質嘅另外一種性質啦，就係佢嘅相色，或者咧即係個色就係色法啦，即係我哋已經講咗基本嘅元素啦。但係咧，佢呈現唔同嘅相嘅。咁咧喺唔同嘅階段咧，佢有唔同嘅相啦。咁第一個咧就係譬如佢有4個階段啦，一個咧就係色積集 ，OK。另外咧就係色相續啦，另一個咧第3個咧係色老成啦，第4咧就係色無常嘅。咁咧如果我哋呢個代表色法咧物質嘅咧4個唔同嘅階段嘅。 咁如果我哋學明法咧，即係學心嘅時候咧，我哋記得咧，心咧都有3個過程啦。一個心識咧，佢有3個過程嘅，就係生住滅啦。咁咧色法啦、物色嘅嘢咧，一樣係有呢個過程啦，就係生住滅嘅。但係咧，佢咧嗰個有少少唔同咧，即係佢分類咧有少少唔同嘅。第一咧就係呢個色積集嘅時候咧，就係講我哋投生嘅時候咧，大家記得呢個圖啦，就係我哋結生嘅心一產生嘅時候咧，一出現喺另外一期生命嘅時候咧，即刻咧我哋就見到咧有呢個業生識生起嘅。咁呢啲業生識咧，就係可以講咧喺呢個階段嘅投生嘅時候咧，咁咧就係處於呢個第一個階段啦。我巴黎文仲要讀中文 ，Upa 就係有 Upa 啦。咁咧佢咧呢個階段咧去到幾時咧？就去到我哋嘅人咧。如果用以人嚟舉例咧，就係話我哋發育到完全停止發育啦。譬如一般嚟講16歲嘅時候咧，即係冇啲新嘅嘢器官啊，仲未生齊嘅時候咧。咁呢個時候咧，就進入咗第2個階段啦，就係進入咗呢個係色相續嘅時候咧，呢個階段。咁咧就算我哋知道色法咧不停咁樣生滅嘅，咁就算喺呢個階段咧，都會有好多已經生成嘅細胞啦，佢都會更新啦，死咗之後老死啦。但係無論點咧，佢都係第1個階段嘅。咁譬如佢過咗16歲咧，咁我哋嘅細胞咧亦都會老，亦都會死啦，亦都有新嘅細胞啦。但係我哋咧就稱呼呢個時候產生嘅色法咧，就叫色相續嘅時候，就唔會叫前面嗰個啦。咁當一個即係發育開始慢啦，或者即係開始老啦、開始壞啊，甚至就算係一個色法譬如17個心識嘅剎那咁長壽命啦。咁佢開始老、開始壞嘅時候咧，呢個階段咧就係色老性啦。咁咧去到死嘅時候咧就係色無常嘅。
Now please look at the notes below. So notes number 1. That number 1 and 2 rupa we call upajaya rupa and sandati rupa. Sometimes treated as jati, but so that means they can be combined and they can be collectively called as jati rupa. So then the number of rupas will amount to 27 instead of 28, one less. Now again number 2, with the exception of the 5, the rupas, namely the 2 vinyati rupa and jati, jarata and anicca, all the remaining rupas last for 17 conscious moments. So now I already told you the 2 vinyati rupas on page 232. So their lifespan are also given there. Their lifespan is only 1 conscious moment. And now what is the lifespan of these, the upacha, this 4 lakkhana rupa? What would be their lifespan? Upajaya rupa and sandati rupa collectively can be called the jati rupa. So they are the materiality at the arising moment. Arising moment of materiality lasts only for 1 sub-moment. So that means the 1 and 2, the materiality, they have their lifespan only 1 sub-moment. And then the same thing for anicca rupa. For the number 4, anicca rupa. So the dissolving, the dissolving instant also lasts for 1 sub-moment. So the anicca rupa also the lifespan will be only 1 sub-moment. Then what would be the lifespan of jarata rupa? That denotes the existing state of materiality. What is the existing state, existing period of materiality? So we say the lifespan of normal materiality is 17 consciousness moment. sending conscious moment, if you multiply by 3, you get 51 sub-moment. So their lifespan is 51 sub-moment. And their arising and dissolving takes only 1 sub-moment each. So you subtract 2 from the 51, so you get 49 sub-moment. So Jarada Rupa, actually its lifespan is 49 sub-moment. So only this 5 materiality, they have the lifespan. They don't have the lifespan 17 conscious moment. So we say all the rest, all the other materiality, they have the lifespan of 17 consciousness moments. And then number 3 is what you have to note about this 4 materiality. So we say, strictly speaking, there are only 3 Lakkhana Rupas, the materiality of characteristics, namely Jati Rupa, Jarata Rupa, and Anicca Rupa. So Jati Rupa refers to materiality at the arising instant. Jarata Rupa refers to materiality at the existing period. And Anicca Rupa refers to materiality at the dissolving instant. So this is the essential thing what we have been discussing.
跟住咧，我哋再詳細睇一啲4種相識啦。咁咧，佢咧係我哋講咗咧頭先咧嗰個Upachaya Upa 啦。咁咧叫做色即集。咁呢個色咧同埋夾埋呢個色相聚咧，可以合埋咧就叫做生嘅期啦。集 T 咧就係即係生住滅嘅生啦。咁兩個夾埋一齊咧，可以叫呢個色法嘅生嘅呢個階段啦。咁如果呢兩個合併埋一個咧，咁就唔係28個色法啦，就變成27個啦。因為我哋將呢兩個咧合埋一齊啦。見到呢個係集 T 啦，咁就變成即係27啦，所以即係可能有陣時我會見到27呢個數目字啦。另外咧就係講咧嗰個我哋嘅我有5種色法咧，佢嘅壽命咧係非同一般咁長，即係個壽命嘅長度咧係唔係17個心識咁長嘅？咁邊5個嗰個物質嘅嘢咧？頭先我哋講緊嗰個表色咧，即係身表同埋語表咧，佢係一個心識剎那而生嘅，因為佢係新生識，所以佢壽命好短。一個心識剎那咧，佢就完啦，唔係17個啦。咁另外咧，而家講緊咧呢個集 T 咧，即係呢個即係個色法物質嘅生嘅期間咧，佢係點樣計咧？同埋佢個住咧，同埋佢個滅係點樣計咧？佢嘅壽命係幾長啦？咁如果生住滅咧，如果我哋睇翻呢張圖咧，就係話呢個咧就係17個心識啦，即係呢個係眼門心路過程係最長嘅啦，極明顯嘅時候咧。咁如果咧係每一個心識每一個心生起嗰陣時咧，都分3個小剎那啦，生住滅啦。咁17乘3即係51啦，係咪先？咁咧我哋講緊咧一般嘅物質嘅咧就有51個小剎那咁長壽命嘅，即係17個心識咁長壽命啦，係嘛？咁但係咧而家咧我哋講嘅呢個集 T 咧，即係呢個色法嘅物質嘅生係算係幾長咧？其實佢淨係算一個生起嘅小剎那咁短時間啫。咁咧嗰個滅咧又佔幾耐咧？佢就佔最嬲尾嗰個小剎那啫，滅嘅最後個小剎那啫。咁換言之咧，嗰個住嗰個色法住嘅壽命幾多？即係51減2咧，就49個小剎那咁耐嘅。咁所以咧呢5個色法咧，佢嘅壽命咧就唔係17個心識，咁佢咧各有唔同嘅計法嘅。
So please show the chart, the Rupa chart number 8.
咁啦，sorry，this number 3。咁第3點咧，其實就講咧，我哋嘅嗰個上識咧，其實就係主要都係3個啦，生住滅啦。 咁就同個身法咧係差唔多。
So about this material chart. So now we are doing this enumeration of 28 types of materiality. Now we finish. Now we say, there's the first 18 materiality. They are known Nibbana Rupa. So that is on page 233 at the bottom. So we say the topic there is 18 Nibbana Rupas. So this materiality we have already enumerated. So on page 234, so you say, so you can just look there, that 18 materialities are caused and conditioned by karma, citta, uttu and ahara. So that means they are these 18 materialities, they are produced by karma and also by citta, consciousness, and also by uttu. Uttu is the same thing as tejo, by heat. And then also they are produced from nutriment, ahara. So they are called Nibbana Rupas, that real materialities. Now each of these 18 materialities have their innate properties. Innate means inborn. Inborn materialities such as hardness for Patavi and hotness for Tejo. So they are also called Sabhava Rupa. Sabhava Rupa. So materiality with natural properties. And then the next paragraph. Each of these 18 materialities also have the 3 Sangata Lakhanas, innate sign. Sangata Lakhanas, namely Jati, birth, Jara, decay, and Anicca, death. So they are also called Sat Lakhana Rupa, materiality with characteristic. Sat Lakhana means with characteristics. And then again, because they may change in state and form and color due to heat and cold, they are also known as Rupa. Rupa. So we call it materiality. Now again, the next one. Because they should be contemplated in vipassana. You can add in vipassana as a nature impermanence, dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, and anatta, not self. They are called sammasana rupa. Sammasana rupa. Okay.
咁我亦見咗前面先啦。咁頭先咧，我哋就講咗咧，就睇呢個表咧，就有18種完成式啦。咁18種完成式咧，我哋都已經一講過啦，講到嚟呢度嘅，就去咗呢個Ocha 嗰度啦。咁呢18種點解叫佢完成式咧？因為咧佢咧就係有4種元素，即係有4種因緣令到佢生成㗎啦。就係業啦，業生，佢哋就係業生識啦，生識啦。呢個呢個係時節生識啦，同埋呢個營養或者食生識嘅。咁所以咧，佢哋咧就叫完成式啦。咁呢個派咪完成式啦。咁同埋咧，佢哋自己咧都有佢自己嘅特性嘅，每一種都有佢嘅特性嘅，係唔同嘅。咁譬如呢個地大咧，咁佢就有軟硬嘅特性啦。譬如呢個火咧就有佢嘅冷熱譬如呢個眼正色即每一個咧都有佢自己獨特嘅特性啦。咁所以咧佢有自性嘅係有即係自然嘅性質嘅。咁第三咧，佢哋點解叫完成式咧？就係佢哋都有呢個生住滅呢個過程啦，呢個相啦，即係都有呢個過程啦。咁第四咧就係話咧，佢哋咧係會變化嘅，因個嗰個溫度氣候唔同咁都有，即係都有唔同嘅，佢會變嘅，咁佢因為佢會變啦，根據嗰個因緣唔同熱冷咁佢咧就叫色法， 色法就係會變啊或者壞滅嘅嘢啦。咁咧，所以咧，我哋做內觀啦，毗婆舍那嘅修習嘅時候咧，我哋咧就係要去觀照咧，以取呢啲色法咧，真實色咧係作為所緣咧，咪睇到佢個無常、苦同埋無我嘅呢啲性質嘅。所以咧，佢咧又叫思維色。呢個咧就叫思維啦。咁思維當然係我哋以內觀嘅智慧去思維，可以俾內觀嘅智慧所思維嘅法則嘅嘢，就叫思維色。
So we continue with this again. So the second the part of this chart here. So we have already counted 18 materialities up to this life. That is up to the Jivita Rupa. Or up to Ojja, up to this life. Now we have the remaining here. We have the Parichita Rupa, also known as Akasa Dhatu, and then we have 2 Vinyati Rupa, Kaya Vinyati and Jivinyati, and 3 Vikara Rupas, and then 4 Lakada Rupas, altogether 10 of them. So, 10 of them. So on page 234, the second topic, 10 Anipana Rupas. So we say these 10 materialities are not cause and condition by Kama, Chitta, Uttu and Ahara. So they are known as Anipana Rupas. So the first 18, they are produced by 4 causes. They are real materialities, so we say they are Nipana Rupa. Now these are not produced by the 4 causes. They are just special properties of those real properties, real materialities. So they are called Anipana Rupa. There are